One relegation, one playoff semi-final, and 3 promotions in the first 5 seasons with Dover Athletic. Season 6 begins in League 1. What is it going to entail? I feel like maybe relegation is probably more likely. Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2022, Dover Athletic in League 1 now. If you missed the last episode, you would have missed the fact that we actually finished 2nd place in League 2, gaining us promotion to League 1 at the first time of asking, which was completely nuts. And we are already 2 games into the League 1 season, currently sat 10th place in the table because we've won 1 and I think we've lost 1. Yes, we have 3 points on the board, but it's been a big summer. Lots of transfer business. First of all, leaving the club, 3 relatively big names on permanent deals. Jordan McAneff has left, signing for Bromley. Wasn't really playing for us. Actually played 58 games, scored 18 goals. But yeah, not really getting a lot of football for us, so we've moved him on. Zach Brown has also moved on, signing for Carlisle. He's gone from one end of the country to the other end by the looks of it. And yeah, basically last season, he played 3 times for us. He was 148 appearances in the league for us. If he just got 2 more appearances last season, then obviously nice 150. But yeah, he has moved to League 2 Carlisle for £18,000. And the other big name to leave the club is our goalkeeper. Ross Stewart, who is now 31 years of age, has moved back north of the border to Ross County for £23,000. And this is a very big risk, but one of the main reasons why we brought or sold Ross Stewart is because we brought in a brand new goalkeeper who I think is going to be better than Ross Stewart. We've also loaned out Rob Street, which could be a problem. He's also transfer listed, only has 10 months left on his contract. We're probably never going to see Rob Street play for us again because I think his level is League 2, no higher than League 2. I think League 1 is probably a little bit too much for Rob Street. We never know. He might have an absolutely brilliant season playing for Barnet and then we give him another deal. But I think Rob is gone. Rather than going through all the transfers and new signings and so on in one go, what we're going to do is go through the squad very, very quickly. Matthew Cox is our new number 1 goalkeeper, formerly of Brentford, Leyton Orient and AFC Wimbledon. He's very good, isn't he? He's just a very good goalkeeper. This is why I've sold Ross Stewart. His deputy will be 20-year-old Obed Afari. Not played a game for us at the moment, but I think there is definitely something there. Possibly by the time he's sort of mid-20s, maybe sort of 22, 23 years of age, Obed Afari might be our number 1 goalkeeper. On to the right-backs, we have Lewis Payne, who is starting to reach his limit, I think, when it comes to league and ability. So Lewis Payne might not be playing a huge amount for us. Notice there, he is currently transfer listed because I don't think we are going to get too much out of him beyond League 1. Our number 1 right-back for the season will be Richard Elise, who, strangely, is just as good, I think, as Lewis Payne, but I just prefer Richard Elise. I think there's a bit more potential there. On the left-hand side, we have Will Cocolo keeping his place in the squad. 26 years of age now, Frenchman. He's good, isn't he? He's just a very good player. I'm so glad we managed to find him on a free transfer because he's filling that void that we struggled with a left-back for a few seasons. Cocolo's the man. His backup will be Tim Hayes. That's right, he's a right winger, he's a right back, he's a centre back, and now I'm training him up to be a left back because he's 2-footed. He's either foot, so he's 2-footed, he can play as a left back if we really need him to be. He's going to be the backup, but realistically, he's the backup for most positions. Into the centre of defence, big Leon Pambu still here, 6'5" Frenchman, formerly of Southampton, still at the club, still looking pretty good, 3.5-star current ability for Leon. One of his centre-back partners is likely to be Zach Orr for the season. The problem I find with Zach Orr is he scores lots of goals. He's got 21 in 150 appearances, but he's got no pace. No pace whatsoever. He's 6'6". He's absolutely massive as well. I didn't realise he was that big. He's 6'6" with 19 jumping reach. That's why he kept scoring headers. We do have some competition in defence though. Mark McGuinness, formerly of Arsenal, Ipswich and Cardiff apparently, has joined on a permanent deal. Now Mark McGuinness, I think is very, very good, and I'm surprised he's never got Northern Ireland caps. I feel like he should be good enough to get Northern Ireland caps. McGuinness probably will be playing centre-back alongside Leon Pambu for the season. We do also still have Jack Wakely at the club, 25 years of age now. Not going to be playing a huge amount of football, but he does give us a bit of a backup option. And Paul Skidmore, who is rubbish. Central midfielders, then we begin with the main man in the middle of the pitch, Jake Forster-Caskey, 32 years of age. And he's still very good. I think we are starting to get a player out of Jake Forster-Caskey who his job is to stand still and pass the ball. That's what we want from Jake, and I think last season he did a pretty good job of that. We've also still got Alistair Smith, who scores screamers, and that's all he seems to score. Probably not going to be the first name on the team sheet, but will certainly get a fair amount of football throughout the season. Jack Earing is also still at the club, similar to Smith. Probably not going to be playing every match, but will be certainly getting quite a lot of games. Paul Searle is still here. He has extended his loan deal from Nottingham Forest for another season, and I think this is probably the last season we're going to have Paul Searle, but he's a very, very good ball-winning midfielder for us, and I'm hoping if we maybe get promoted this season, it's not going to happen, but if we did, we might try and sign Paul on a permanent deal. Two new central midfielders as well to talk about. Joey Dawson is the first one, 23-year-old central midfielder, formerly of Celtic and Scunthorpe, and a bit of AFC Telford as well in there, just for fun. He's good. He can play as a striker for some reason. I'm not sure why he can play as a striker, but he can. I'm going to mainly have him potentially as a box-to-box midfielder. I would love him to go out on loan for a season, come back next year, maybe he'll get a bit more game time. And somebody who I have high hopes for is Nathan Martin, 18-year-old central midfielder, formerly of Arsenal, because this is what we do. Even though we are no longer a Vanarama South team, we are still doing the same transfer tactics and basically poaching players who have been released from the big Premier League sides. Nathan Martin, I think he's potentially exceptional. I think if we can keep hold of Nathan Martin all the way up to the Premier League in, say, 5 years' time, he'll still be good enough to play for us. On to the wing positions, and Ben McNamee has extended his loan deal from Blackburn for a second season. Obviously, I think he was only here half a season, but he's here for a full season this time around. Probably not going to be our first right winger, but certainly going to get a lot of football. Mark Murray is going to be our main right winger, but currently he's out injured for potentially 3 weeks with a twisted ankle. Not ideal. Mark Murray spent half a season on loan at Boston United last season, was superb, came back to us, was just as superb for us. So I'm really looking forward to Mark Murray getting a full season playing for Dover Athletic. We've also still got Tatsunori Takiyanagi at the club, but he still doesn't have a work permit, and I don't really know how to get him a work permit. So if anybody knows how to get Takiyanagi a work permit, other than offer him, I don't know, a few £1,000 a week, I don't really know what we can do. So, I mean, you'll be able to apply on basically in December, but I don't know how we can tell if he's close to even getting one, because he's not getting caps for Japan for some reason. I feel like he should, but he's not going to. In addition to Takiyanagi, we have Jack Spong, the left winger and central midfielder, realistically, still at the club. Probably not going to be playing a huge amount of football for us this season. 153 appearances, 18 goals to his name as well. How many assists? A lot. 51 assists in 150 appearances. That's an assist every 3 games. That's very, very good. We do have Brad Young, who is a brand new signing, formerly of Aston Villa, and a bit of Carlisle, apparently, probably on loan. He has signed. He is going to be our left winger, potentially striker as well. Not quite sure what position he's really going to fill there, but Brad Young, I think, is going to be very good for us. Probably better than Jack Spong. And as for strikers, we currently only have 3 really at the club. Jaden Williams is one of them, obviously, last season. Superb season last season, and the season before, pretty decent. I'm hoping for a similar amount of goals this season. Probably going to be a little bit harder because of the league we're in, but Jaden Williams is our main striker. He is probably going to be partnered by Kean Pennant, who, if you remember when we signed him last season, I brought him in kind of as a backup, and then he started scoring lots and lots of goals. This season, he's just going to get a chance to score lots of goals because he's going to be starting a lot of games. And finally, another new signing is Jordi Hiwula, formerly of Man City, if I remember correctly, now 31 years old. Yes, formerly Man City, apparently Yeovil, Walsall, Huddersfield, Wigan, Walsall again, Bradford, Fleetwood, Coventry, Portsmouth, Doncaster and Sunderland. So he's been around quite a few different places. But yeah, Jordi Hiwula, or Jordi, I don't know. I'm going to call him Jordi. He's good, isn't he? He's just good. He's 31 years old, so he's another senior player, shall we say. He might be left winger, he might be right winger, he might be a striker. Probably one of the reasons why I brought him in is so he can be a bit more versatile. So that is the squad. We also still have Harvey Woods, who is hopefully going to be leaving the club on a loan deal. That's it. This is our squad for the season. It is still August, so the transfer window is still open. I'm hoping to bring in a few more faces. I've got another centre-back hopefully coming in to basically replace Paul Skidmore, who isn't very good. I've also got another striker who might be joining as well, but we will get to that hopefully before the end of the episode. Now, we're going to play Charlton in our first game on camera. So starting lineup-wise, it is going to be Cox in goal, Elise Pambu, McGuinness and Kokolo in defence, Searle and Forster-Caskey in the middle, McNamee and Brad Young on the wings up front, as I mentioned earlier, Williams and Kean Pennant. We do have our subs bench, which is looking very, very strong now. Afari or Earing, Hiwula, Wakely, Spong and Harvey Woods is there because I auto-picked the subs bench. We will do Lewis Payne. There we go. No, we won't. We'll do Tim Hayes. Even better. So, last season was a bit unexpected. To gain automatic promotion was not on the cards at all. This season we were expected to finish 20th in the table, which, if we have a quick look, is just outside the relegation zone. So, the media don't have too many high hopes for us basically staying up or staying away from a relegation scrap this season. 15 minutes on the clock. Charlton with the ball. Wilson on the right hand side. Somebody's making a run. Morgan's got it. Backwards to Narty. Long ball. Right hand side. Intercepted by Brad Young. That's good. Mark McGuinness to Paul Searle. Lumps it upfield. Doesn't find a single white shirt. Strange pass from Searle that was. I don't know why we do that every now and then. We're supposed to be playing gegenpress football, and every now and then we try long ball football. Mehmeti's going for a run. Lovely ball. Finds White. 1-on-1 with the keeper. It's a superb block from Kokolo. It's going to be a corner for Charlton. White is the man to go over to take it as well. Right-footed corner. Get it clear, everybody. Or header over the bar. That'll also do. I have a feeling we've got our strikers the wrong way round. I think we should have Williams as the poacher and Pennant as the advanced forward. We are just flying through the first half, aren't we? Nearly 40 minutes played. 0-0. Only a couple of highlights to talk about. Both of them obviously going Charlton's way. It is half-time. It is 0-0. And to be honest, I'd take this. I'd take a 0-0 at home against Charlton. We've been the better team. Carl Jenkinson, I don't think you're watching the same match as me. We'll go with that one. Not created enough. That worked. Our strikers have been poor, so we are going to swap you round. I still don't know. Why do you do that? Right, we'll do it that way round. Even though Pennant can't play as the advanced forward, we are going to go for that. So it looks like Forster Kasky is not playing very well in the middle of the pitch. McNamee, Young also not playing well. Obviously the two strikers. Charlton coming forward with the ball. White gets on the end of it. Cox with a questionable bit of defending. Or goalkeeping, should I say. Kokolo with a questionable bit of defending. We've managed to clear the ball. Right, in 60 minutes, it's time for some changes. Hawula's coming on for Pennant. Who do we have in what position? I think we go Hawula as the attacking advanced forward, sorry. Brad Young is going to come off for Jack Spong. Do we also do Forster Kasky for Jack Earing? Yes, we do. All of our changes. We've got 30 minutes left to play to hopefully try and hold on and ideally find ourselves a winner. It's a chance for Charlton, though. It's Narty, edge of the penalty area, facing away from goal. Plays it across on the ground. It's a terrible effort from, I assume, a defender. I don't know. And it's gone wide. I think the guy who had that shot was actually a striker. A left winger, apparently. He's just been substituted. Late chance for us. Final 10 minutes are approaching. Spong has the ball. Will Kokolo crosses it in. Back post is McNamee. It's fallen to Geordie Hawula. He's facing away from goal. Tries to get the ball alive still. Richard Elise has it. 3-4 in the box. Crosses it in. It's taken a wicked deflection. And now this is not good. Charlton potentially having a bit of a counter-attack of their own. Spong, lovely tackle. Spong, good job. Take the yellow card. That'll do nicely. He didn't even get booked for that. Fair enough. Still not quite at the final whistle. And once again, we're coming forward. Elise's ball towards Spong at the back. McGilvray comes out, holds onto that one. 2 minutes of normal time to play. We can't do any substitutions. We've done all of them. McNamee's having a bit of a shocker, which is a bit annoying. Pambu, that's a red card, isn't it? That's a red card. That's not good. He's the last man. Clearly wasn't, because McGuinness got the ball. This isn't what we need. Right, so we are going for something a little bit strange. Paul Searle is going to drop to be a centre-back. Can he play the role? No, he can't. He's 5'11", though, so he's not the smallest, but that is what we're going to go for. We are going to see the free kick. Annoyingly, I wanted to kind of show you everything else that I changed. So Hawula's now on the left wing. We've got a lone striker of Jaden Williams. Ball through the middle. Finds Geordie Hawula. Hold on. Please tell me this tactical change might be the winning goal. It should have been the winning goal. Geordie Hawula straight at the goalkeeper. That was the chance to win the game there. Well, it wasn't really the most exciting opening game of the season for us on camera, but we have picked up a point, a very good point as well, I think, against a good Charlton side. It's another point. I think that's 4 points now out of a possible 9, technically, so it's not an ideal start, but it's a decent enough. So that result literally doesn't change the table at all, does it? We still remain in 10th place. We're going to go forward and play a second match in this episode, which I think is going to be Swindon? Is it Swindon? It is Swindon. We've got Cardiff in the Carabao Cup in just a second, but we're going to come back for the Swindon game. Back for match number 2 then. Swindon Town away from home, who are currently second place in the table. We lost 3-1 against Cardiff, even though we took the lead after 5 minutes, and then threw it away in the second half. Not ideal, but it's the Carabao Cup and nobody cares about it. It is going to be Cox in goal, Elise Pambu, McGuinness and Kokolo in defence, Paul Searle and Nathan Martin in midfield, McNamee and Young on the wings, Hiwula and Jaden Williams as our strikers. We need to really start playing a little bit better because I don't really want to be in a relegation scrap. I would love this season mid-table. That's what we want. So Swindon early on then are chasing for an automatic promotion spot. We've got a free kick actually in a very good position, and it was a good chance I think from Hiwula. It was a good save from the goalkeeper. 8 minutes on the clock. We've got a corner through Young, right-footed. It's towards McGuinness. It's actually towards nobody, and Hiwula is going to pick the ball up though, playing as a striker out on the left wing. Kokolo, ball played backwards, highlight ends, not ideal. And now possibly Swindon with a chance of their own. Fred Onyedinma back to Seddon. Lumps it up down that left-hand side, but they're going to get nowhere near it. Leon Pambu and Richard Elise passing all the way back to Cox. Now Mark McGuinness and Pambu. Both of them two passing. Back to Cox again, and he's just smashed it upfield. Hiwula can't get there. Paul Searle can't get there either. And now Swindon can come forward. Saul threw a ball towards Patterson. He's going to get there first as well. Crosses it in the middle. And Jamie Saul is there for his 4th goal of the season. Swindon take the lead after 14 minutes. I think we might be losing this one. A few minutes later and another highlight. Hopefully going our way. Ball forward. Hiwula's going to get there first. He does. Spins past the defender. Goes out wide. Kicks it straight into the keeper. Wallacott makes the save. Hiwula gets himself a corner. Who's going to take it? Probably Young. I haven't set my set-piece takers up for this season for some reason. Young's going to be the man. Crosses it in. Williams is there. Isn't going to get on the end of it. And neither is any of our players either. So, they've had one shot and scored it. We've had 6 and haven't scored any yet. Yep, this is... I feel like this is the way this game's going to go. Half-time, Swindon have the lead through their one... Oh no, they've had a second chance apparently. Yeah, this hasn't been ideal. It's not been good. You've been unlucky. And then I am going to say, I mean, Jaden Williams, buddy, you've not been good enough. I know you're already motivated. Let's just kind of do this one. Keep going. You've got the ability. Keep going. And Geordie Hiwula, keep going. I mean, everyone's happy. Everyone's motivated. I think we've got enough ability to do reasonably well in this league. I think our team is good enough to not get brought into a relegation scrap. We're certainly not good enough to be in a promotion fight. But then again, I thought that last season, Kokolo with the ball on the left-hand side. 2 in the box if he can cross it and doesn't. Nathan Martin now to Young. Crosses the ball towards Jaden Williams. He's hit the bar. He was offside anyway. Still 1-0 to Swindon, but we are getting ever so close. Right, for some reason, Kokolo's having an absolute shocker of a game. And I didn't sort my subs bench out, so he's going to have to stay on because we don't have our backup left back. McNamee's going to come off for Kian Pennant, and we're going to do that. So Geordie Hiwula onto the wing. Do we also do Alistair Smith for... I mean, Martin's playing well, actually. Brad Young, I mean, what am I doing here? Paul Searle on the right wing? Right, here we go. This is a mess, what we're trying now. So, Paul Searle is a winger. Kian Pennant as a striker, Hiwula as a winger, Forster Caskey, Nathan Martin in the middle of the pitch. We've still got one sub to do. Lewis Payne, Wakely looking likely to maybe be coming on as a left back. I would just want an equaliser now. It's a free kick and it is Wallacott to take it, well outside of his area, over the halfway line. He's offside. If he's not offside, that's ridiculous. We've just been done by Route 1 football from a goalkeeper's free kick. I think he was offside there. I genuinely think he was offside. I mean, we're not even going to be able to see, are we? Can we... I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I want to see. Can we do 2D? Is this... How do we... I mean, this isn't 2D. This is not 2D. It's because it's a replay. There we go. Right, let's put that one back to director. So, he's onside. They're all onside. Look at this. They're all onside and we just weren't paying attention. Who was it? 24. Who's 24? Why are we looking in 2D? This is weird. Well, it looks like we're going to lose the game, and Swindon have had pretty much 3 chances all match and scored 2 of them. Cox has the ball in his hand. He's going for a run. Be wary of number 11. Please, I could just see him dropping the ball then. It's fallen for Williams off of Kian Pennant. Williams' effort is saved. It's a free kick because Jaden Williams is offside again. Wallacott with a goal kick, 20 minutes left. Are we going to get anything out of this? Maybe we're just looking for a consolation goal. Pennant has the ball off on the right-hand side. Plays it back. Terrible pass from Kian Pennant. And now Nathan Martin to Forster Caskey. Back to Martin. All the way back to Pambu. Martin's going to lose the ball. And here we go, Swindon, counter-attack football. Counter-attack, counter-attack, counter-attack. That is all they do. Hamilton's in on goal. It's 3-0 to Swindon Town. And we've not deserved to be beaten like this. We've deserved to lose. Not like this. Our goalkeeper is on a 6.1 rating. Kokolo's on a 6.0. So you two seem to be the players who are playing just abominably? Just awfully compared to everybody else. I don't know why. Wallacott with a goal kick. Are they going to make it 4? Are we going to get 1 goal back? Or is it going to just end 3-0 and this isn't really going to be much of a highlight? Williams with the ball on the ground. Finds Jordi Huula. He's being caught every single step of the way though. Forster Kasky gets it from Pennant. Kokolo, do something buddy. Get your rating up from a 6.2. Holds on. Crosses it in. Paul Searle's there at the back post and Paul Searle is there to make it 3-1. Will Kokolo gets himself an assist after an absolutely appalling game from the left back. It's 3-1. That assist has gone from a 6.2 to a 6.9 for Will Kokolo. He has just saved himself a few £1,000 because I was going to fine him after this performance. Kokolo's got the ball again on the left. We've got 3 minutes of injury time to play. Ball over the top. Paul Searle is the man to collect it. Is he going to put it in? He does put it in. We're going very attacking, guys. Nothing's going to happen now that we've done that change, but it's a defeat, isn't it? We scored twice. We were the better team. We scored twice. We should have won. We were just defensively, not even defensively poor, goalkeeper poor. That was the problem. Well, the season hasn't really started too well. 15th place after just 4 games played, 3 points off of the bottom of the table, a long way off the top. We are, right now, we're in a relegation scrap, aren't we? We also did a couple of transfers as well before we played those games. 2 youngsters. Luke Byers is the first one, a 19-year-old central midfielder and striker. Not quite sure. I wanted him as a striker. He's got 5 finishing, formerly of Burton Albion. And Kassoum Sonogo, who's a French and English goalkeeper, formerly of Derby County. I think there might be some potential there. Don't think he's going to be as good as Tafari, but hopefully he might get some game time. That is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we are going to probably go into, I guess, towards the end of October, AFC Wimbledon and Cardiff. Cardiff are in our league? Cardiff are in our league? How? I guess they got relegated last season. So, yeah, so we'll go towards mid to end of October, I think is what we're going to do. So Wrexham, Wickham, Rotherham, Blackpool and Doncaster at the very least will be off camera. Thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, and I will see you in episode 2 of season 6. Even though we've only played 11 games in League 1, we're currently sat 8th place in the table in a kinda playoff chase. I'm not really sure how we've done this. So, yeah, this is the table on the 27th of October. 8th place, Dover Athletic, with 2 games in hand. So technically, if we win both those games in hand, we could be second. I'm not really sure what we've done to be able to do this. We have done some transfer business between episodes, and we've obviously won a few games. Let's talk about transfers first. 5 additional players have joined the club. Morgan Beardmore is the first one, a 20-year-old former West Brom and Manchester City player. Did he go on loan? Nope. West Brom bought him for £190,000. We then bought him on a free transfer after he got released. Joined on a free transfer. Versatile, I think, is the best way to describe him, although he's certainly not a striker with his 4 finishing and definitely can't play on the wings with his 1 crossing. He's probably a centre-back. Another youngster who is probably a centre-back is Ben Roberts, 19 years of age, formerly of Reading. Again, joined on a free transfer. He's going to sit in the under-18s, even though he's not going to be able to get any games, but he can get games even though he's overrated. It's weird. He's 19 years old, but he'll be playing for the under-18s. Joining on a loan deal from our feeder club, Blackburn Rovers, is Carwyn Fern, and I'm not really sure why I brought him in, because he plays as a left midfielder, which is a position we don't play. He doesn't play as a winger. I'm currently training him up to be a striker, because why not? I think, of all positions, that might be the one that might fit him best. And now 2 players who are likely to be playing quite a lot of football for us this season. Hayden Muller, formerly of Millwall and apparently St Johnstone. I think that might have been a loan deal he spent up in Scotland. Free transfer, 24 years of age. Lots of 11s, 12s, 13s in his attributes there. So I'm thinking Hayden Muller, he's going to be a very useful player for us. He's a fullback, he's a centre-back. I'm probably going to lean towards centre-back more than fullback, but he does give us a little bit of a backup option on the right-hand side. And somebody who you are probably not going to see in today's episode is Omar Bogle, the 33-year-old striker, formerly of Salford at Doncaster, Charlton, ADO Den Haag, apparently spent a loan deal there, Cardiff, Portsmouth, Birmingham, Peterborough, Wigan, Grimsby, Solihull Moors, Hinckley United, Celtic and Birmingham, he's been around. He's joined on a free transfer, and as you can see already, he's played 6 games for us, scoring 3 goals as well. Mr. Bogle is the striker that I feel like we needed to sign. And since the last episode, we've only lost 1 league game. We drew with Wrexham, not the best start. We beat Crystal Palace under 23s 3-1 in the Papa John's Trophy. Nobody cares. We lost against Wickham, and then 2-1 against Rotherham, 2-1 against Blackpool, 2-1 against Doncaster, 2-1 against Cardiff, 2-0 against Barnsley. We're winning games. We are winning games. How are we doing in the Papa John's? I've not really paid attention. I mean, we're third. We are joint second place. If we go up, we go up. Nobody cares about it. The starting lineup for the Plymouth game away from home, it's going to be Cox in goal, Elise Muller, McGuinness and Kokolo in defence. We've basically changed our entire defence, haven't we? Pretty much over the last season or so. Jack Earing and Jake Forster-Caskey will be the central midfielders today because Paul Sell, not particularly match fit, but he is kind of match fit. We're not going to play him unless we really need to. It's going to be Mark Murray, and Brad Young on the wings. Joey Dawson and Cian Pennant will be our strikers. Dawson will be making his debut as a striker. Pennant has 4 goals so far this season. Jaden Williams has dropped to the bench also with 4 goals. Jordi Hawula also on the bench. And yeah, as we mentioned a minute ago, Omar Bogle will be missing out because of a gashed upper leg. He also might miss the next match too. Something else that I've done in between episodes is I've gone round and tried to look at my staff. I've not fired anybody, don't worry about that, but I've actually asked the board for an additional physio. I think I'm able to get a new physio and an additional coach because I haven't bothered asking since the Vanarama South. So yeah, we've moved up a few leagues since then. So yeah, they've actually agreed to that, which is good to see. Elise with a good tackle on Jones. It's going to be Brad Young with the ball. Back to Will Kokolo. Forward, Forster-Caskey. This is the first highlight of the game, isn't it? O'Connor forward for Plymouth. McGuinness heads across. Elise's not going to get there. And Jones is going to go for a run off towards the left-hand side on the ground. Finds Brown in the penalty area. That's a superb tackle, but apparently that's a penalty. So 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, and Cox has to save a penalty early on. Harris is the man to step up. Cox goes the right way, but can't get on the end of it. It is 1-0 to Plymouth, and that's unfair. That is definitely unfair, because I don't think that was a foul from Muller. Well, a minute or 2 after the penalty, and another highlight begins. Don't go Plymouth's way. I think Plymouth are one of the better teams in the league. I didn't really pay attention to where they were. I think they might have even been second. Earring's ball over the top. Joey Dawson's controlled this well. Goes for goal, puts it in the bottom corner. Joey Dawson, according to my face pack, is a white man with ginger hair. According to the game, isn't. I've just had to Google just in case my face pack was wrong. No, Joey Dawson is definitely a white guy with ginger hair, not a black guy. But anyway, we've got Joey Dawson to Elise. Crosses the ball in. It's gone over everybody. And now Plymouth just smashing the ball upfield. We are not even 10 minutes in, and it is 1-1. Dawson, by the way, just like to point out, this is his debut, and he scored after 3 minutes. Jake Forster-Caskey, backwards to Jack Earing. Forward again to Forster-Caskey, now Young. Left-hand side is Kokolo, does use him. Got a bit of space, doesn't have the pace. Cian Pennant's in on goal. It's a good save from Zich, maybe. It's going to be a corner. I haven't changed my set pieces for a few seasons now, so they might not be set up particularly right. Earring's corner comes in, Forster-Caskey's there, isn't going to get on the end of it. Plymouth have cleared the ball, and Brown has picked up the ball as well. Is this going to carry on? Down the right-hand side, Will Kokolo, very good slide tackle there from the Frenchman, conceding a throw. There's a lot happening. There is a lot happening in this game at the moment. Cian Pennant's got the ball for us off towards the left. Forward, or backward, sorry. Or across, mate. Maybe that was an across to Brad Young. Pennant's going to somehow get there first. I'm not even sure how he managed to do it. Murray's at the back post, heads across goal. I think the keeper saved it. Maybe it hit the bar, not quite sure. If it wasn't for that penalty, we would be dominating this game. But that one penalty meant they've had 1 shot on target and scored it. Cross comes in from the corner. They've had 2 and scored 2. And we just having one of those games where our goalkeeper is just going to play really badly. He's on a 6.6 at the moment. Kokolo's on a 6.5. Hayden Muller, 6.6. Forster-Caskey and Young both on 6.4s. Although Forster-Caskey immediately jumps up to a 6.6, then down to a 6.5 again. Nope, down to a 6.4 again. What a weird way of match ratings. We've been unlucky. We haven't been unlucky. What was that? Get your act together, guys. And then we're going to pick on the 6.4 team, and the 6.5, I guess. We'll pick on you as well. I guess even Kokolo, sure, you can have a little bit of a tap. Mark Murray as well. You've not been good enough. It demotivated Murray. Well, no changes at the moment, but we've gone into the second half. Brad Young. Brad Young, I signed as a left winger, and he keeps getting games as a left winger, and he's rubbish. He's rubbish as a left winger. If we look at his form, he's just bad. He hasn't had a good game since he played as a striker. Let's play him as a striker, shall we? I mean, not now. We're going to do Jordi Hawula coming on the left-hand side for Brad Young. We're also going to do maybe Mark Murray for Paul Searle. We did this before. Searle didn't start a game previous in the last episode. Came on and scored twice. So we're going to go for that. We've got still plenty of time to hopefully find ourselves an equaliser, maybe even a winner. In order for that to happen, we do need some highlights though. 67, 68, 69 minutes played. We are going to do our final change, which is going to be Jake Forster-Caskey for Nathan Martin. And I think, yeah, we'll do it that way around. So Martin can be the box-to-box midfielder. 20 minutes. We just need a goal now. It's not done anything. This second half has been a waste of time. Was there a single highlight in the second half? I don't think there was. It's a 2-1 defeat against Plymouth. We had 17 shots, 9 of them on target, scored 1. They had 6 shots, 3 on target, and they scored their first 2 shots on goal. Ah, Cox. It was definitely your fault, wasn't it? It was definitely your fault. You've conceded 12. Actually, technically, you've conceded 14 in 11 games. Maybe Obed Afari might be coming in. We are back on the day of the Lincoln City game, but before we get to that, we have done some transfer business, and by transfer business, we've actually got some staff as well. First of all, a returning player to the club, Frankie Terry, son of John, has returned to the club on a permanent deal as an emergency backup because basically we don't have a huge amount of left backs. Our backup left back is actually a backup right back, centre back, right winger. So Frankie Terry can come in and basically fulfil that role. There might be some potential as well. Apparently 3.5 star potential. We have now got ourselves some very, very good physios as well. Ian McKinley is a 20 physiotherapist. We also have what's her name? Rachel Davis, who is a 20 physiotherapist, to already join alongside our existing physio, who are you called? You're not a physio. You're a doctor. You're the one. Ben Thompson, who's got 18. Weirdly, our head physio is our worst physio for some reason. We've also brought back Nathan Ralph, this time as a scout, because he's not terrible as a scout, is he? He's got some decent or reasonable numbers. 11 judging player ability, 13 judging player potential. The starting lineup for the Lincoln City game then will be Obed Afari in goal. He has played 1 league game for us. We let in 1 goal. I can't even remember who he played against, but he did a reasonable job. It's going to be Muller, Pambu, McGuinness and Kokolo in defence. We're trying Muller as a right back today. Paul Searle returns to the starting 11 alongside Jake Forster-Caskey with Murray, Hawula, Williams and Joey Dawson up front. Dawson obviously scored his first goal in the last match. Where did we play him, as a poacher or an advance? I can't remember. What way round was it? You were an advance forward, so we need to swap you 2 round. There we go. Now, even though this season has started off quite well, I don't think we're going to keep up this run. I mean, obviously we lost against Plymouth, but are Plymouth even good? Plymouth aren't even good. I thought Plymouth were much better than that. I feel like where we currently are in the table is probably where we are likely to end up. So I'm not really looking forward to a nice, long and exciting season. I've just seen Obed Afari looks like a tiny human. Have we got like a 5'9" goalkeeper? That can't be good. Gotts has the ball for Lincoln, that's their name. It's going backwards. Ibsen Rossi loses out. Jordi Hawula's managed to steal it on the left. Backwards to Kokolo, lumps it forward, finds Joey Dawson, takes a couple of touches, tucks it past the goalkeeper, and Joey Dawson has made it 0-0. He was offside. You know what? Dawson does seem to like to score some goals, doesn't he? He's played over 90 minutes for us, but obviously he scored a goal in the last match. He's already kind of scored a goal in this one as well, even though he was offside. Ngenda in goal. Is that Stephen Ngenda? Simon Roger Ngenda. Why do I know you? Who's Stephen Ngenda? Am I making up names here? It's Williams with the ball. Davenport to Racic. Long ball towards the left-hand side. Cooney's controlled it. Lavelle loses out, and Murray now for us. Back to Paul Searle. Forward to Dawson. Now Muller, the right back, lumps it upfield toward Jaden Williams. Chests it down, takes a few touches, and Williams puts his effort wide of the post. It remains 0-0, but that should have been a goal. Forster-Caskey with a free kick for us. Everyone ran away from it. Every single one of our players ran away for it. And now Lavelle has kept the ball in for Lincoln. Davenport to Cooney. Lavelle once again on the left-hand side, all the way back to Zach Williams, all the way back to the goalkeeper. Simon Roger Ngenda. I'm going to need to try and find out who you actually are. Ibsen Rossi to Gotts on the right-hand side. Jordi Hawula, lovely tackle, but doesn't manage to keep hold of the ball. Ibsen Rossi again across to Racic. Forward to Davenport. What are Lincoln doing? They're passing it around in their own, the final third. I say final. The first third is what they're passing it around in. Williams has eventually tried to get the ball forward. Muller finds Murray, though, for us. On the right-hand side, 3 in the box. He's been flattened. It's apparently a penalty. Okay, I'm not going to complain. It's Jordi Hawula who should be taking the penalties because he's got 13. So then, the former Man City man, what are you going to do? Number 10, the Angolan. Doesn't have any international caps for some reason. I feel like he probably should have done. Hawula, right-footed against Ngenda. Into the bottom corner. It is 1-0 at home against Lincoln City. 20 minutes played. Third goal of the season for Jordi. That goal is enough to move us back up to 8th place in the table. We still have 2 games in hand, and if we win both of those games, we'll be 1 point off the top of the table. That's a bit nuts, isn't it? Hayden Muller lumps it forward, doesn't find one of our players, and it's all the way back to the Lincoln keeper, who's just smashed it down the other end of the pitch. McGuinness controls. Leon Pambu on the right-hand side. Is he going to go for a run? He's gone, just a big kick upfield for Muller. Finds Mark Murray, number 7. Plays it across. Paul Searle, who, by the way, is out of contract at the end of the season at Nottingham Forest, so we might be able to nick him back on a free. Hawula's in on goal. Jordi Hawula tucks it away, but it is not going to count because he was offside as well. Are Lincoln playing the offside trap? Because if they're not, we are just being absolutely, idiots. But if they are playing it to brilliant degree. I'm pleased with the number of shots we've had. We're doing well. Joey Dawson, on the other hand, is on a 6-6. I feel like I want to see a goal from Dawson early on in this match. Hawula tries to cross it. Searle heads down to Forster Kaski. Will Kokolo on the left. 1 minute, 2 minutes into the second half. Crosses it in. Mark Murray's there. Headed effort from the winger over on Ngenda's bar. Remains 1-0, but we are going to see the goal kick. Fair enough. Ngenda then, right-footed. Kicks it off towards one side, but Dawson's got it for us. Jordi Hawula's going to run into the space. Long-range chance and tucks it underneath the goalkeeper. It's a great finish from Jordi Hawula. His 4th goal of the season. It's 2-0. I think we're going to do a change. Paul Searle is going to come off for Jack Earing. Just because Paul Searle is booked and he is our worst performer. I mean, Leon Pambu also is on a 6.7. We're only going to do the one change for the moment because we're still barely 10 minutes into the second half. 65th minute and we're coming forward again. Hawula on a hat-trick. It's taken it out a little bit too far wide. Plays it all the way back to Will Kokolo. I want a hat-trick from Jordi Hawula. That's what I want to see now. Kokolo on the left. Can he get the cross in? There's 4 in the box. Forster Kaski. Better opportunity to cross. Mark Murray with a headed effort. Goes over the bar again. We really should be 4 or 5-0 up. We've had plenty of really good chances. Almost into the final 15 minutes. Kokolo is going to collect it. I've realised we played Obed Afari and I don't think he's even had to touch the ball. Williams' ball forward, finds Mark Murray on the right-hand side. Needs some support. He really needed somebody to run next to him. Ideally, Joey Dawson. Dawson wasn't paying enough attention. We get a corner instead. Who's taking it? Forster Kaski it is. Jake Forster Kaski, left-footed towards Jaden Williams. Hawula's going to pick the ball up. Just turn and shoot. Turn and shoot like a FIFA game. Forster Kaski gets that. That's a great ball. He was offside, but that is a wonderful pass. Right, we're going to do both our changes now. We're going to do Joey Dawson for Brad Young. We are also going to look at doing fitness-wise. Mark Murray, I think, is probably the man. Tim Hayes can come on as a right winger today. Into the final 10. Are we going to make it 3? Is Jordi Hawula going to get himself a hat-trick? I'm sure he wants one. He's gone into the penalty area. It's a questionable save from the goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner that Forster Kaski is going to go over to take. Left-footed corner from the old man of the team. Towards probably another old man of the team, actually, in Jordi Hawula, who I think is technically older than Forster Kaski. Hawula has it on the left-hand side. 3 in the box. Not going to try and manage to cross it. Kokolo does. It's over absolutely everybody. And it's going to be Hayden Muller to collect on the right. And the highlight is going to end there. And another one's going to begin. Still not quite into the final 5. Hawula to Kokolo. Crosses in. Tim Hayes is there. Tim Hayes' effort has found his way in. Tim Hayes has scored? Has he scored? Is it 3-0? I feel like it isn't. Why is my brain telling me this isn't going to count? I think it is going to count. But my brain is telling me it shouldn't be counting. Why? I mean, he was onside. I'm there thinking, was there a foul or something? It's 3-0. And straight after the goal, Lincoln are potentially having a highlight of their own, unless we can steal it. I still want this Hawula hat-trick. That's all I want from this match now. Through ball, Pambu, acrobatic clearance from Leon Pambu for some reason. Got to Taylor, to Williams, who seems to be playing as a midfielder now. Evans, forward, finds Laville in the middle. Pambu's there, it's gone over Obed Afari, and it's going to be 3-1. Can't keep a clean sheet, can we? Still not quite finished. We've got 3 minutes and 10 seconds left of injury time to play. Afari has the ball. Rolls it out to McGuinness. Forster Kaski. Will Kokolo, forward. Geordie Hawula on the halfway line. Over the top towards Brad Young, playing as a striker, remember. Takes a touch. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible from Brad Young. And the ball is cleared. Are Lincoln going to make it 3-2? Are we just going to throw this away completely? We've been the better side by a fair distance. Evans heads it. Afari with a good enough save. And it is going to hopefully end the highlight. Yes, it does. And that was the final highlight of the game as well. So we do win the match 3-1 in the end. 2 goals disallowed as well. A penalty from Geordie Hawula. 2 goals in open play as well. The weird Tim Hayes header. We should have won by way more, shouldn't we? We were the much better side. And with that victory then, our 7th victory of the season out of 13. We've won more games than we've drawn and lost. That's quite ridiculous, if you ask me. 8th place in the table, 2 points behind a playoff spot. What are we behind an automatic promotion spot? What was that, 5 points? We do have 2 games in hand as well, so if we win both of those, we'll move up into 2nd place in the table. I don't think we're going to do it, but if we did, that's quite insane. Before we finish this episode, I just want to take a quick look at Obed Afari, who obviously played in goal for the Lincoln game. He's 5'10", which isn't that small. It's not massive, don't get me wrong. We've seen a lot bigger goalkeepers, but something has caught my eye, and that's 9 free kick taken. If you were with me in Football Manager 19, I think? Was it 19? It might have been 20, when I did my Rupel Boom save. No, it would have been 21, wouldn't it? Anyway, I did a Rupel Boom save, and I had a goalkeeper called Acosta who had reasonable free kicks. Obed Afari might be one of my best free kick takers. He is my 4th best free kick taker. Joint with Jack Earing, Mark Murray, Bogle and Forster Kasky are the only players higher than him in the list. I think we might have Obed Afari taking free kicks if he's playing. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, I think we're going to go for maybe someone in December. AFC Wimbledon, Fleetwood. I think that's what we're going to go for. Or do we do the Wimbledons? We could do the Wimbledons. AFC Wimbledon, MK Dons. We'll have Fleetwood as well, but not on camera. MK Dons currently top of the table. AFC Wimbledon in 3rd. That's probably quite a tasty episode, isn't it? Anyway, thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you're enjoying. Like buttons, comments. I'm brilliant at outro. I've been doing this for like 5 years and I still can't do outros. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. At one point in between episodes, we were technically 2nd place in the league. We've dropped back down to 8th place, but things are still going really, really well for our Dover Athletics side in League 1. Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2022 with Dover Athletic. And yeah, we're 8th place. We are 2 points outside of the playoffs. However, we do have 2 games in hand, one of which I believe is going to be the first match of today's episode against Shrewsbury. At the end of last episode, I said we were going to play the Wimbledons. AFC Wimbledon and MK Dons, we've rearranged a lot of football. We're now playing AFC Wimbledon on the 29th of December, and the MK Dons match has been now rearranged to be after the 2nd AFC Wimbledon game. So maybe next episode that might happen. Obviously, we must have done reasonably well since the last episode, and we actually haven't, really. We've lost a few games. We beat Bolton 3-0. Cracking result that one was. We then played Salford in the FA Cup, drew 3-3, which set up a replay. This is why we've got games in hand. We won the replay 3-1. We had Coventry in the JPT, or the PJT, whatever it's called nowadays. We lost to them again in the league. We then beat Gillingham, which apparently, didn't realise this, was a derby match, which is why 6,000 fans turned up. We beat them 6-1, which I really wanted to show on camera now. We also beat Burton Albion 4-2, lost 3-0 against Bradford City because I changed my goalkeeper back to Matthew Cox and he was awful. And then we've drawn 1-1 with Huddersfield in the FA Cup 2nd round, which is setting up a replay, which will be after the Fleetwood game. I might actually just come back after the Huddersfield game in this episode, just so you know whether we are going to be into the next round, where we'll be playing Peterborough. It's nobody exciting in the 4th round. 3rd round. It's the 3rd round. The starting lineup then for the Shrewsbury game will be Obed Afari in goal, Elise McGuinness, Pambo and Kokolo in defence, Serland, Forster Kasky in midfield, Murray and Hawula on the wings, Williams and Omar Bogle as our strikers. Omar Bogle, by the way, is our top goal scorer with 10 goals so far this season. You haven't even seen him play yet. I'm hoping he gets 1 or 2 in this match. At risk of putting a bit of a curse on this episode, we should win both of these matches. We are playing Shrewsbury, a team who are down the wrong end of the table. We are playing, I think, Fleetwood is the next match, who are also down the wrong end of the table. It's a brilliant header from Omar Bogle. It's 1-0, 3 minutes on the clock against Shrewsbury. We've taken the lead, and that goal might be enough to put us up to maybe 3rd. Obed Afari's taken a free kick. I forgot we were doing that. I mean, it wasn't a bad free kick. I forgot we made him take free kicks. He's taken one. He's taken one free kick. We are up into third place and we've got our goalkeeper taking free kicks. We've also won ourselves a corner. Nearly 13 minutes on the clock. Is it a corner? It is a corner. So it is going to be Jake Forster-Caskey to take it towards the middle. It's Omar Bogle once again ghosting in the middle. It's gone over the bar this time. Do we change Obed Afari taking free kicks or do we stick with it? I mean, the first one was reasonable. It wasn't a terrible effort, was it? Will Kokolo with a throw. Jordi Hawula. Long ball all the way across to Mark McGuinness, the defender. Now Elise on the right. Paul Searle plays it on the ground. Hawula with loads of space. Curling effort. It's fallen to nobody. It fell to nobody. I think it was offside. It was. Jaden Williams was the man who it fell to. He was offside. Anyway, really should have scored. Kokolo again with the ball to Forster-Caskey on the left. Kokolo. Whip it in, buddy. Or not. Forster-Caskey's there. Crosses it in. Mark Murray's headed effort goes over the bar. Mark Murray might not be with us for too much longer. There are a lot of big teams interested in Mark Murray. I want to give him a new contract. We literally can't afford to pay him what he wants, so we might need to, in January, do a big old clear out, sell a whole load of players to free up some transfer money. It is 1-0 to Dover Athletic at half-time. Shrewsbury have had one chance. It was on target and apparently it must have been saved, but we have been miles better so far in this match. No changes at half-time. We are sticking with what we know. We are sticking with Obed Afari taking free kicks. Maybe we'll see another one. Forster-Caskey with a free kick. It's crossed in. Leon Pambu is there. And big Leon Pambu gets his first goal of the season just before the hour mark against Shrewsbury. It is 2-0 to Dover Athletic. And this should be 3 points now coming home. Forster-Caskey is on an 8.9 rating because of his 2 assists. We've got ourselves a free kick in a reasonable position. Yes, we do. Here we go, Obed. Obed Afari, the young goalkeeper, curling effort. It's a wonderful save from Mark Morosi. It's gone over for a corner. Obed Afari's had 2 cracking free kicks so far, hasn't he? Forster-Caskey then to take it. Left-footed. Back post. It's nowhere near Jaden Williams. Jordi Hawula's going to collect it. We're going to keep this highlight alive. Will Kokolo on the left-hand side. No, we don't keep it alive. Free kick for Shrewsbury towards the back post. And Valentine heads over. Afari dived but didn't really go for it, did he? Final 10 minutes. We've not done any subs, which I think we should do because we're playing Fleetwood in about 2 days' time. It's Ryan Jones heading the ball off for a throw. Right, this isn't a highlight because I've now paused it and going to do a couple of changes. Let's just sort that to be the right way round. Right, Hawula's coming off. Brad Young's going to come on fitness-wise. Murray basically, any outfield player. Any outfield player needs to come off. Forster-Caskey for Nathan Martin, I think is one we're going to do. We're going to do Leon Pambu as well for Zach Orr. Even though Pambu scored a goal, Zach Orr wants to play some football, so let's bring him on for the final 10 minutes. He's not played a huge amount so far this season. Might be getting rid of Zach in January, even though I said a few seasons ago I want Zach Orr to stick around forever. It is going to be a 2-0 victory then against Shrewsbury. It's a good win. We probably should have scored more than 2 goals. How many chances did Afari get? Can we see? Player statistics. Shots. He had 2. 1 on target, 1 off target. We don't know what his XG was. Yes, we do. It was a 0.1. Fair enough. So, in front of a home crowd, we have moved ourselves up into 3rd place in the table, still with 2 games in hand. And next up, I think it is Fleetwood, yes, it is Fleetwood, all the way down in 21st place in the table, so that should be a win. I don't know when our games in hand are actually going to be played. Because, I guess this is one. Crewe is going to be a game in hand, who are, they're up the right end of the table. AFC Wimbledon also have some games in hand. Basically, we're doing quite well when it comes to cup competitions, but everything seems to be going to a replay, which is just delaying absolutely everything. We're going to go forward, play Fleetwood next. We've made it up to the northwest of England then for Fleetwood Town. It is going to be Obed Afari in goal, Elise McGuinness, Pambu and Kokolo in defence. Searle and Forster-Caskey in the middle with Murray, Hawula, Williams and Bogle as our front 4 players. I'm not quite sure, but I think that was the same starting 11 that we've just played against Shrewsbury. We also have on the bench today a potential debut. It won't happen unless something awful happens to our goalkeeper. Kasum Sonogo is sat on the bench because our goalkeeper, Cox, is a bit of a Cox. 20 minutes already played, and what's going on here? What is going on here? Afari's held on to that shot from Harris, and that was the whole highlight. That was weird. I don't really understand what just happened. Not a huge amount going on in this match at the moment, is it? We've got 5 minutes left to play the first half. We've had 1 highlight of the entire match so far, and it wasn't really a highlight. Not a lot really took place. Fleetwood 0, Dover Athletic 0. We've been the better team. We haven't. I'm not happy with your performance. Mark Murray's demotivated. Hawula's on a 6-5. I mean, this is the issue, isn't it? This is the issue. It's up front. We've got to do potentially some rearranging. If we do Hawula as a striker alongside Bogle, we'll do Brad Young, I guess, coming on the left-hand side. We'll just do that for the moment, for half-time anyway. I did say in the last episode that Brad Young doesn't play well as a winger. He kind of has started. I think he's scored a goal or two now from left wing, but he's still not great. Forster Kasky with a corner for us. Mark McGuinness is there. He's hit the bar. Mark McGuinness has rattled the bar. We should have taken the lead. Well, 2 whole highlights so far in this match. Maybe we're going to see the replay against Huddersfield as well in this episode, because I feel like nothing's going to happen in this. Right, double change for the strikers. Pennant is coming on for Bogle. We are then going to do, I guess, I mean, we can't put Hawula back as the left winger, can we? Tim Hayes can come on, and then Mark Murray can be... What are we doing? There, maybe Will Kokolo as a winger, sure. 15 minutes left, and Fleetwood have themselves potentially a chance. Mawini to Osman, left-hand side is Harris. Gets past his man, runs through the middle. He's taken a very long time to run on the ball. McKeown goes for a long-range effort over to Furry. Clearly thought that was going wide, so decided to leave it. That really wasn't a highlight, was it? Krellin with a goal kick, final 10 minutes. All of a sudden, this game has somewhat come to life. Tim Hayes finds Kokolo. Long ball forward, finds Kean Pennant, takes a touch into the penalty area, goes past the goalkeeper, and Kean Pennant may well have just stolen us the 3 points against Fleetwood Town. We have been absolutely appalling in this match. So have Fleetwood. It's been pretty dull, but if we can nick the win with that one Kean Pennant goal, that would be perfect. Carl Jenkinson is saying that I should play Will Kokolo in a more familiar position. I'd like to point out he's on a 7.4 and has an assist. He's our third best player on the pitch behind the 2 centre-backs, I think. No, McGuinness and Elise, sorry. Paul Searle has the ball for us. We've got 1 minute and 20 of normal time. Forster Kasky, left-hand side is Will Kokolo. Through ball, finds Brad Young off towards the left-hand side. Goes for a chance. Krellin makes a save. It's gone off for a corner. Forster Kasky is going to be the man to take it. Where are you going to put it? Is it going to... I was going to say on Omar Bogle's head, but he's not there. Maybe it's Leon Pambu. It's towards Pennant at the back post. Kokolo picks the ball up. 3 minutes of injury time, plus the 30 seconds of normal time. Pennant again with a chance. Krellin with the decent save. The ball gets cleared, and the highlight, thankfully for us, just ended. And so did the match. It's a 1-0 victory. It's not the most exciting game, was it? I feel like that entire bit of video is probably about 2 minutes, but we've beaten Fleetwood. And we are back up, I assume, back into third? It's not third, it's second. We are second place in the league? How have we done this? By the way, if we look at this, it does say we were technically top. We weren't. We weren't technically top because of all the games in hand. Mathematically, after 17 matches, we would have been top. But we kind of didn't play our 17th match until everyone else had played their 19th or 20th, something stupid like that. But how are we doing this? How are we second place? We're going to go forward. I'm going to go to the other side of the Huddersfield game because I don't know whether it's going to be a good one or not. Huddersfield are in our league, so it's going to be a tight one. I'll be back in just a second. So we've just played the Huddersfield game, and as you can probably see, we've lost 2-0. We weren't very good. We were not very good at all, but, I mean, it's Huddersfield, it's the FA Cup. It would have been nice to get to a third round, but let's be honest, Peterborough weren't exactly a huge kind of draw for us. I've just seen our Salford game was also on TV, which gave us £33,000. Financially, because of this result here, Huddersfield get a decent attendance, so we got a fair chunk of money for that. We also got a fair chunk of money. I mean, 1,400 people for an FA Cup first round match isn't terrible. We got a fair, a cut of that as well. So we've made a fair bit of money in the last month or two. We've made some decent strides forward when it comes to cash. We were minus 16k. We're now plus 100,000. That is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we are probably going to have to go forward to here, aren't we? It's first and third. It is AFC Wimbledon. It is MK Dons. We are going to be playing Bradford, Crewe, Doncaster, AFC Wimbledon, also off camera, Shrewsbury as well. We'll be back in January for first and third, and we're the sandwich in the middle, or the meat in the middle of that sandwich. Thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, hit the subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll be back next time with a very, very difficult episode, and if we win both, we might be on course for another promotion. See you next time. We might be on course to get another automatic promotion. We are on the 5th of January, 25 games into the season, or at the very least, we've played 25 times, and we are currently sat 3rd place in the table with at least 1 game in hand, potentially 3 games in hand. Today, it's the Wimbledon derbies. It's AFC Wimbledon, it's MK Dons. We might find ourselves top of the table at the end of the episode. In between episodes, we have played a fair few league games, and we've done really, really well, including a 1-0 victory against today's opponents, AFC Wimbledon. We also beat Shrewsbury 6-3, Omar Bogle scoring 4 in this one. We lost only once against Doncaster Rovers. The problem is we've had a very, very busy end of December, and we have huge fitness concerns going into today's match against AFC Wimbledon. This is what I mean. This would be our regular starting 11, and if you look at the condition of most players, yeah, most players aren't fully fit, so we do need to do a little bit of changes. So this is what we are going to go for. We do still have 4 players in our starting 11 who arguably shouldn't be starting today. Obed in goal, Muller, or Wakely and Kokolo in defence, Alistair Smith and Nathan Martin in the centre of midfield, with Mark Murray, Geordie Hawula, Omar Bogle and Cian Pennant as our strikers. You might notice there's a certain little bid word next to Murray, £500,000 and a 50% sell-on. I think it's probably too good to turn down. I'm already trying to find a replacement for him. Maybe we might be trying to bring back somebody on loan. Now, I will fully take this one as my own fault that we've got struggles with match fitness. I didn't realise how soon we were playing the AFC Wimbledon game from the last match. It's a corner for Sanders for Wimbledon. It's in at the front post, and it's Tolaji, possibly Bowler. It's 1-0. I think we might struggle in this game. I've also just seen who they're playing up front. Another corner comes in, and this time it's Daniel Ksoka, maybe? They are playing a certain Stuart Humphrey up front. If they score from another corner, this is ridiculous. We've finally managed to clear one, but it's only as far as, I think, Luke O'Nine. Sanders on the left-hand side into the penalty area. Stops and plays it back to Bowler. It's taken a few deflections, and we have got very, very lucky there. We've cleared the ball. Wimbledon again coming forward with the ball. Luke O'Nine on the right-hand side. Stuart Humphrey with his mohawk, formerly of us last season on loan, and I tried to get him back for the season, and he just would not join us. Went to AFC Wimbledon instead. O'Nine's ball forward to Perkins into the penalty area, underneath Obed Afari, and it's 3-0 to AFC Wimbledon. I think I might have picked some bad matches to show on this episode. And at half-time, it remains 3-0, and we've kind of, sort of, maybe, come back into this game, but we've lost it already, haven't we? We have lost it already. Terrible performance. You look at Obed Afari on a 6-2, you've got Kokolo on a 6-2, Smith, Murray on 6-4s, Hawula's on a 6-3, the 2 strikers are on 6-4s as well. We're just not going to get anything from this game. We've got a highlight after 2 and a bit minutes. Geordie Hawula with the ball. Plays it back. Will Kokolo. One of our poor performance. Nathan Martin, who I've still got high hopes for. I just don't give him as much football as he perhaps needs. Muller to Murray in the penalty area. Could this be the final goal he will ever score for Dover Athletic? He's put it in the back of the net. It is 3-1. Number 7, Mark Murray, potentially gets us back into this game. So Muller has suddenly gone to a 7-3. Mark Murray's gone to a 7.1. We are still playing poorly in certain positions. Cross comes in. Obed Afari comes out. The small goalkeeper. What are you going to do then? With the ball in his hands. Goes for a little run. Rolls it out to Zach Orr. Forward to Alistair Smith. Forward once again to the goal scorer Mark Murray on the right-hand side. Back to Smith. Back to Zach Orr. What are we doing, guys? Passing it to AFC Wimbledon, apparently, and now they've got the ball loads and loads of space on the left-hand side. Crosses it in, Stuart Humphrey is there, and we know that Stuart Humphrey sometimes is absolutely appalling, and I think that was an example of it. Afari to Jack Wakely, left-hand side, Will Kokolo, loads and loads of space. Still plenty of time, still over half an hour left on the clock, so enough time for us to score a couple of goals. Hawula to Nathan Martin, takes a few touches into the penalty area, and Nathan Martin almost puts that one in the back of the net, instead goes over the bar. Do we do ourselves some changes? I mean, Will Kokolo's coming off regardless. We're going to do Tim Hayes, who I did say in episode 1 of season 6 that he was our backup left back. He's now going to get a chance to do it. Hawula as well for Brad Young. Do we do one final change? It's going to be Bogle or Pennant. I think it's going to be Bogle for Jaden Williams. And since we've done those changes, we are getting very few highlights. In fact, we've had no highlights whatsoever. We still have a chance. There is still a small chance. Let's go positive. Madeline's throw for Wimbledon. Back to Madeline. In the middle is Sanders, McAteer. To this man, can't even be bothered to try and pronounce his name, Perkins. Loads of space on the left-hand side for Davies to run forward. Back to Riley, on the ground to Perkins. Muller's intercepted that and now get the ball clear, and we do so straight to one of their players. We're playing like we don't really care, aren't we? We're playing like we've decided we've lost this game, so we're not even going to bother trying to come forward with the ball. Tim Hayes, the utility man, smashes it upfield, straight to a blue shirt, but we've nicked this back. Pennant to Williams, on the ground to Brad Young, takes a few touches into the penalty area, and Brad Young has hit that one wide of the mark. We could be in this game. It could be 3-3. We've had a couple of good chances, and we've just done absolutely nothing with them. Zach Hall's gone for a little push there. Perkins has got the ball, dinks it over Afari, hits the bar, goes over for a goal kick. Alistair Smith and Obed Afari both on 6.2s at the moment. Hayden Muller is ready for bed. He is so tired. He can't stand up, surely, at this point. We're going to lose 3-1 against AFC Wimbledon. It puts them back to the top of the table. We do still stay in third place, though. So the title hunt, playoff hunt, automatic promotion hunt is still on. I'm going to say I don't like what I saw because we were not very good. And then I'm going to individually shout at the 6.1 and the 6.2 crew, which was weirdly only 3 of you in the end. Alistair Smith, you can also get a shouting at because you got a 6-3. It's a few days later and Mark Murray has left Dover Athletic. £500,000 on a 50% sell-on going to QPR in the Championship. He is immediately in their under-23s, but he's not loan listed. I really wish I put in a clause to say that you would loan him back for the rest of the season, but I kind of just ignored that for some reason. So yeah, Mark Murray has gone. What it does mean, though, is we've got 30k to spend. Really? 30k? I mean, we're over our wage budget and we've got no money to spend, but we've now got £485,000 in the bank. All of that because of Mark Murray. We are now going to go forward a few more days. Tuesday night, which is tomorrow night apparently, MK Dons, and hopefully we can get back to winning ways. Well, after the embarrassment that was the AFC Wimbledon game, we are now back with a full-strength side. It's going to be Cox in goal. Obed Afari hasn't been particularly good in his last few matches. I think his last good game was against AFC Wimbledon when we beat them. It's so Cox returns, Muller, McGuinness, Pambu and Kokolo in defence. Earingham, Forster, Kasky in midfield. Paul Sell will move over to that right wing position, which was obviously normally filled by Mark Murray. Geordie Hawula on the left, Omar Bogle and Kean Pennant up front, although we're actually going to go drop Pennant and go for Williams instead. Well, we are wearing our away kit then for the trip to Milton Keynes, which I don't think it's going to be too far away for Dover to travel, is it? They're playing a nice, fun and fancy 4-4-2. We're obviously playing our 4-2-4 formation, which is just as fancy, I guess. 20 minutes played, and we do finally have our first highlight of the game. Earring to McGuinness. Across finds Leon Pambu, the former Southampton man, is going to run forward. Back to McGuinness, the former Arsenal man. Earring forward to Omar Bogle. 33 years of age and is our top goal scorer. Bogle's controlled that well. I think he might have been offside. Curling effort from Bogle. It's off the bar and MK Dons clear the ball just about. It's Cox well outside of his area. Leon Pambu inside the centre circle to Geordie Hawula. Ball over the top. Finds Jaden Williams. Back to Forster Kasky. Back to Williams. Back to Earring. We're going to go forward. Hawula on the left. Chests it down in the area. Plays it on the ground. Omar Bogle is there. And Omar Bogle gets his 15th goal of the season. I think I need to give him a new contract. It's not going to count. He was offside. The point still stands that I think I need to give him a new contract. But we are over our wage budget, so I can't actually do it. Just under half an hour now. Cox is going to pick the ball up from a strange clearance from MK Dons, who have yet to have a shot, apparently, at the moment. Forster Kasky to Kokolo. We're already playing a lot better in this match than we were against AFC Wimbledon. Hawula down the left-hand side and gets past his man into the penalty area. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot. It didn't go in anyway. And that was the last highlight of the first half. It wasn't the last chance. Apparently we've had a lot. 12 shots, 5 on target, an XG of a 1.24. Currently 0-0. I'm happy. Keep it up. We are just one shot away from taking the lead. That's the way I'm seeing this at the moment. We are just the better side. We've had the chances. MK Dons, though, have a chance of their own, and it is 1-0. They've had 2 shots on target, and they've taken the lead. Has there been an update to the game that I'm not aware of that means we can't defend corners anymore? Because 2 of the goals that AFC Wimbledon scored, and now the goal that MK Dons have scored, all came from corners. Hawula with the ball all the way back to Cox. Forward to McGuinness, now Pambu. Forster Kasky, the ball player in the middle of the pitch. Although I think he's playing as the ball winner midfield at the moment. Earring to Searle. First time we've really seen him as the inside forward. Jaden Williams to Forster Kaski. Searle's going to get on the end of that, and Searle's hit the post, and he's not going to get the rebound. We are going to not keep the highlight alive either. How are we going to lose this game? How are we going to lose this game? I'm going to demand more. Give him a shout. I very rarely do shouts because normally we play quite well. It's Muller with the ball. Hayden Muller. Terrible touch from Muller, and we've lost the ball. Edge can go forward. Isa, lots of red shirts in front of him, forcing him to go backwards. Omar Bogle, the old man of the team, or one of the old men of the team, can steal it and then get tackled. Why have you managed to just lose the ball straight away, all the way back to the goalkeeper? Baptiste's being closed down. We've managed to get the ball from Kokolo. Hiwula to Forster Kaski. Kokolo's carrying on his run. So is Jordi Hiwula in the penalty area. Williams is unmarked. Why did we not pass to Williams when we had the chance? There's a goal happening in this highlight. Muller to Forster Kaski. Back to Mark McGuinness. Right hand side is Muller now. Jack Earing once again. Forster Kaski once again. Omar Bogle through ball. Finds Jaden Williams. Takes a few touches. Williams blasts it into the bottom corner. And there is the goal that we have been so desperately waiting for. It is 1-1 against MK Dons. But we should be winning this game. Do we do any changes? Do we need to do any changes? They recommend bringing off Omar Bogle because he's just an old man, I guess. And he's just constantly tired. Hiwula's not doing so hot. Paul Searle is not doing so hot either. We're going to do Searle off for... Who do we do? Richard Elise. Sure, we'll do Richard Elise on the right wing. Kokolo for Tim Hayes again. Because, well, Kokolo's decided he's given up playing football for the moment. And we will hold on to our final change for now. I'm hoping Bogle can get himself a goal. Although now we're into the final 10 minutes, I don't think it's going to happen. So we are going to do that final change, which is going to be Omar Bogle coming off for Kian Pennant. Swap you two round. We've got 6 minutes of normal time to play to hopefully find a winner. We should have won this game. If this ends 1-1, which it looks like it will do, this could be one of those games where we will look back on and go, if we just won that, we could have got automatic promotion or we could have got into the playoffs or something. That was a great performance. We just couldn't score. It's not like their goalkeeper played well either. We just had loads of shots, loads of XG. I guess just pure quantity of shots doesn't necessarily mean we should have scored 2 goals. It just means we had enough shots that odds are we should have scored 2 goals. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean. We've drawn 1-1. And what does it mean for the league table? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We are still sat 3rd place in the table. 51 points on the board, a game in hand, which could see us move into 2nd place if we win it. Then again, MK Dons also have a game in hand as well. Who is our game in hand against? MK Dons are playing Crew on the 19th. So that is their game in hand. That's probably our one, isn't it? Against Cardiff. Great. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we are probably going to come back somewhere in February, maybe in early March, actually. Looking at it, Coventry is probably a big one. Gillingham as well, because that is a derby match, which I wasn't aware of. Although, we'll come back for football. That's what we'll do. We'll come back for some football for our Dover Athletic side. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new and you're enjoying the content, and stick your comments down below, notification bell, all the fun, fancy, cool YouTubey stuff, and I'll be back next time with more Dover Athletic, and hopefully we're still up in 3rd, maybe 2nd. See you next time. So, you know, a few episodes ago, I made my goalkeeper take free kicks. He scored against Wrexham. We won 1-0. And he also scored an 88th minute equaliser against Wycombe Wanderers to give us a point away from home there. Obadafari's taken a few free kicks in his time, but then he scored 2 in a row. Literally, the 88th minute there against Wrexham, the 88th minute there against Wycombe. I don't know what got into him. He started to score some free kicks, which is absolutely lovely. Anyway, welcome back to Football Manager 2022 with Dover Athletic, and hopefully Obadafari scoring some free kicks today. We're going to be playing Bolton and Coventry in today's episode. We are up into 2nd place, and there you can see our form, which actually hasn't been great, but also hasn't been too bad. We beat Barnsley, we drew with Plymouth, we lost against Cardiff, we drew with Wycombe, then we beat Wrexham, Rotherham, Blackpool and Lincoln, all basically teams down the wrong end of the table. Bolton find themselves in 14th place. Coventry are challenging for that final automatic playoff. I always say that. Automatic promotion spot that we currently occupy on 68 points. A win in both of these matches could put us into a very, very good position for potentially getting automatic promotion once again. Before we get into those matches though, we've got some transfer business to talk about. Will Kokolo has left the club and moved up a division to go to Championship side Reading. I don't know how we managed to get him in League 2 and then managed to sell him for £50,000. It's going to rise up to a championship side that he's actually getting into the team for. I don't know how we've managed to do that, but fair play to Will. And because of that, we've had to bring in 2 players on loan deals. Peter Barton is the first one on loan from Blackburn Rovers, our feeder club, and he can play in most positions. Left back, left wing back, left winger, striker, attacker midfielder, and apparently is a centre back. He's 5'6", he's not a centre-back, but yeah, Pete Barton's in, and he has been fined about 3 weeks' wages or something stupid like that, even though he's getting paid nothing here, because he loves to go out on the beer just before a match day, doesn't he? We've also loaned in Don Everett from Bristol City because Omar Bogle really wanted us to strengthen our strikers, and I looked at Don and went, you're pretty good. He's getting paid absolutely nothing. He probably will get recalled though, because Bristol want him to be playing as, I think, a complete forward or something stupid like that. He's not going to. We also loaned out Morgan Beardmore to Notts County. Anyway, let's play Bolton. The starting lineup then for the Bolton Wanderers game. It will be Obed Afari, the goal-scoring goalkeeper, in the sticks. Elise, Pambu, McGuinness and Barton in defence. I always do this. They're the wrong way around. There we go. Much better. It's going to be Paul Searle and Jake Forster-Caskey as the midfielders, with Hewula, Young, Williams and Omar Bogle as our strikers. We have 3 players, potentially 4 players. No, 3 players that have scored double figures. Cian Pennant is currently on 7 as well for the season. We've got Forster-Caskey on 8, mainly because he takes penalties. So, we are looking pretty good when it comes to scoring goals. Defensively, I think, is where we let ourselves down, particularly for some reason, left-backs. Now, this isn't really the main event of the episode. The main event will be the match against Coventry, a team who are fighting for one of those top 2 positions. But this isn't going to be easy. We've got a corner, It's Leon Pambu's there. Big Leon Pambu, 4th goal of the season, 3 minutes on the clock. We've taken the lead against Bolton Wanderers, and let's hope that that is just how this game goes. Forster-Caskey with a free kick now in a similar position, and this time it was Mark McGuinness but heads over the bar. Just under 9 minutes played and already a couple of decent chances going our way. It is obviously keeping us up in 2nd place. If we win this game, we will stay in 2nd place. We need to keep an eye on what's going on with AFC Wimbledon, because ideally, they drop some points somewhere in the next few matches and potentially they drag themselves into this little scrap. Williams is in on goal, straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. So AFC Wimbledon, Dover, Huddersfield, Coventry, Charlton, Burton, Cardiff and Crewe arguably are the ones in this battle, although Cardiff, Crewe and probably Burton a little bit too far away at the moment. Forster-Caskey with a free kick again on the far side. It's Amos who's going to run it clear though for Bolton. Towards the left-hand side is Healy. We've got loads of white shirts back. They really should just be stopping this highlight dead, and nothing's going to happen. Innes outside the penalty area as a very loud motorcycle goes past my house. Healy, Leon Pambu with a wonderful little slide tackle, and Afari blasts it upfield. Is this a counter-attack to the counter-attack? It is. Williams is in on goal, and Williams has tucked that away. Superb finish from the former Spurs man. His 14th goal of the season. 2-0 up, away, at home even, against Bolton Wanderers, and this should be 3 points. Forster-Caskey with a corner just before half-time. Are we going to make it 3? We might. It's a penalty. I mean, Forster-Caskey's stepping up to take it. Is he the best penalty taker? No, he's arguably not one of the worst, but he's not one of the best, is he? Jordi Hewula, or Omar, I mean Bogle's the boy, isn't he? Let's get Omar Bogle stepping up, the 33-year-old who has signed a new contract, which is probably too much money and for too many seasons. I've accidentally given him a 2-year deal. I wanted 1 more season. He's got 2. Bogle steps up, sends the keeper the wrong way. It is going to be 3-0 against Bolton at half-time, and the second half, we don't even need to bother trying. Well done, lads. We've had a lot of shots. I'm happy with that. Looking at the match ratings, Brad Young, Pete Barton, the left wing. Something doesn't work on the left wing, and I don't really understand why. Bolton have themselves an early chance, though. Innes to Allers outside the area. Back to Bradley. Innes again with his yellow card. Oakley Booth all the way back to the defence. It's turns. Lumps it upfield towards Healy. Leon Pambu with a headed effort, though, gets the ball clear. Searle to McGuinness. The Arsenal, or former Arsenal man, goes for a run. Searle now Elise on the right-hand side. Plenty of former Premier League footballers, or Premier League Academy footballers playing. Forster-Caskey to Searle. Back to McGuinness. Forster-Caskey again. Is this going to be a chance for us? Pambu to Forster-Caskey. Back to Pambu. What's going on, guys? We're just passing it around, and it's looking lovely. Are we just going to go for a long ball forward eventually? There it is. Bogle flicks the head down, finds Jaden Williams. Long range chance from Williams, and it goes just over the bar. It remains 3-0, but we are absolutely dominant. Right, I'm wondering, do we do ourselves some changes? I mean, very little has taken place in the second half. We're going to do Brad Young off for... What we'll do, we'll put Pete Barton as a winger. He's slightly better as a winger, and then we'll do Tim Hayes as our left back. Do we also do Jaden Williams for Don Everett? I think this is Don Everett's debut. He might have come off the bench before, actually, but I'm not quite sure. We are going to hopefully see something from this highlight. Bradley kicks it upfield. Barton forward. He's not moved into his new position just yet. Rowe's going to go for a run. Aaron Rowe stops and plays it back to Allers. Now Healy, through ball, finds Aaron Rowe once again. He's being chased. He goes for an effort. It's over the bar, and it remains 3-0, and now all the substitutions should take place. But Bolton do have a corner, though, which wasn't really what I was expecting. Strange corner. Very strange corner. Kind of short. It's off the training ground. Aaron Rowe's made it 3-1. I was too busy saying that was a strange corner to really pay attention to what went on. This looks like it was something that was planned, but I know you can't plan this in-game. So, I mean, it was a good finish, to be fair. It's a good goal. Let's not throw this away, guys. Let's try and get ourselves a fourth. 15 minutes left to play. And if Bolton manage to make it 3-2, we are going to probably shut up shop. Rowe to Hackney. Where are you going to go? Down the wing. The goal scorer Rowe's going to run into that space. On the ground towards Allers. Leon Pambu's not paying attention. Allers goes for goal. Over the bar. Remains 3-1. Final 15 minutes. Straight into another highlight. What's going on, guys? Is this just lots going on, or is this potentially Bolton getting themselves a chance? Don Everett's controlled this well for us into the penalty area, and the low knees effort is blocked by the goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner. Forster-Caskey's going to be the man to take it, left-footed. Leon Pambu's probably there at the front post, and there's Leon Pambu, and he's hit the underside of the bar. Leon Pambu could have got his second of the game. Instead, it's going to be another chance from a corner. Forster-Caskey obviously going to be taking it again, left-footed towards McGuinness, and Pambu was also there, just sprinting his way in. Jordi Hawula's going to keep this one alive, hopefully. Buddy? Nope, not what we wanted. Oakley Booth nicked it off Hawula, plays the ball through to Healy. Healy's been absolutely flattened by Mark McGuinness. Good job, Mark. Into the final 10, I'm looking at potentially doing our final sub. I assume we've got one more sub that we're able to do. Everett to Barton, through ball. Bogle's just not got the pace as he turns, has played it all the way back to Bonham. I think we've got two more subs to do. We've only done one, haven't we? It's Everett with it. Here is the sub, Everett to Searle. Bogle does manage to somehow get there first. Bogle's effort hits the bar as well, and it goes off for a goal kick. We've hit the woodwork at least twice in this game. Let's do ourselves... We've done two subs. Tim Hayes was the other one. That's the other guy. Let's do a change. I think Forster-Caskey, Jack Earring is going to come on. Forster-Caskey's just an old man, isn't he? Still not quite finished. There is a lot going on in this game against Bolton, but luckily we still currently have the lead. Hawula heads the ball forward, but Watts has got it now for Bolton. It's this man, Adebayojo, possibly. Definitely wasn't his name, was it? It definitely wasn't. Cook, forward to Allers. Healy collects it. Goes off towards the left. Pambu's with him. Backwards to Cook, crosses the ball in. He's managed to somehow get there at a corner. I think that was a very good block, actually, from Hayes. It's going to be a corner for Bolton. 4 minutes of normal time plus injury time towards the front post. Hayes gets it clear. Hayes, for some reason, is on a 6.4 despite the fact he's done 2 bits of very good defending there. Another corner. What's going on in this game? What? No. We do not do this. It is 3-2, and now we need to shut up shop. Is this a good idea? Nobody knows, but this is what we're going to go for. So 5-2-1-2 is what we're going to play. Hayes has dropped in to be a centre-back. Barton's dropped to be the left-back once again. Everett as an attacking midfielder. Hawula and Bogle as our strikers. Arguably, I should probably kind of keep that, maybe. Should we just keep Hawula on the wing? 4 minutes of injury time. Are we... Oh, no. Don't be doing this. The corner comes in. It's towards the back post. It's hit the bar. They've hit the bar. Searle is going to go and get the ball clear. That is going to end that highlight. How are we so close to losing this? We've won the game 3-2. I mean, an XG of 3.24 as well. Bolton suddenly turned up in the last, 20 minutes or so of the game. We've managed to pick up them 3 points. That was a lot closer than it needed to be. 36 games played, and we are still second place in the table. 1 point clear of Huddersfield in third. Coventry up next. This is a 6-pointer really for Coventry. If we can win, this should mean it suddenly turns into a 3-horse race for the final 2 promotion spots. And obviously we are going to hopefully be one of those 2 horses. 3 horses. Words, I'm really good at them. Back for match number 2 then, at home against Coventry. 2nd place versus 4th, and we have fitness issues. Kind of as expected, to be honest. This is what happens when you play gegenpress football and you don't really have much more than maybe, 18, 19 players? In goal, it will be Obed Afari, even though he wasn't very good in the last match. It's going to be Elise McGuinness or Hayes in defence. We dropped Leon Pambu because basically he's a very tired boy. Jack Earing and Nathan Martin will be the midfielders because our normal centre midfielders are very tired. It's going to be Adam Brown and Jack Spong on the wings because our normal wingers are very tired. And Don Everett and Kian Pennant will be our strikers because our normal strikers are very tired. You see what we're getting at here? Who's Adam Brown, you ask? Is this guy. He spent the first half of the season out on loan at Torquay, who I'm not sure what league they're in the Vanarama South, scored 15 goals. I've recalled him and decided that he should be a right winger because he's left-footed, inside forward and all that stuff. And yeah, so far he's come back, played 3 games, scored a goal for us as well. So Adam Brown, hopefully, is going to be a half-decent addition to the squad. So the second of 2 former Premier League sides. Admittedly, Coventry's was a very, very long time ago. Bolton's also was quite a long time ago now, wasn't it? But 2 former Premier League sides, that's what we're going to go with. Coventry have themselves a chance, and Gallardo hits the base of the post. Obed Afari takes about 7 minutes to get off the floor there. They really should have scored from that. AFC Wimbledon have already taken the lead in their game against Fleetwood, which means that they are now going to be potentially something like 7 points clear. Fiolic's effort that is a wonderful finish from Fiolic. Don't know if that's his name, but he's curled that into the back of the net, and it is 1-0 to Coventry, 13 minutes played. And I feel like this might go a similar way to the AFC Wimbledon game in the last episode. Earrings corner for us towards McGuinness at the front post, and McGuinness's effort goes over the bar, 18.5 minutes on the clock. And we've had ourselves 1 chance at the very least. We are 30 minutes in, and we've already got 3 yellow cards. Brown, Elise and McGuinness. I mean, Brown and Elise, I think they're both on the right-hand side, aren't they? That's a concern. And already we are at half-time. Not a huge amount is going on. What was that? Get your acts together, guys. You have not been very good at all. Obed Afari's looking nervous because I normally shout at him if he's playing badly. I mean, we've got some poor performers here. What is this? I mean, actually, Kim Penner's doing alright. I say doing alright. He's on a 6-6. Nathan Martin's not doing so hot either. I'm furious with you guys. Good job, Stuart. You've demotivated most of your team now. So Adam Brown as a right winger it's not working, is it? It's definitely not working. Cody Drama's throw. Pochettino back to Drama. Now Ben Sheath. Pochettino in the area, crosses it in, Keenan Davis is there, and Keenan Davis makes it 2-0 to Coventry, and that is effectively game over. Straight after the goal, we've got another highlight. I'm worried. I'm definitely worried, because I feel like we might just lose the ball, and it's going to be 3-0. Pennant straight to Pochettino, and this is my concern. Ben Sheath finds Cody Drama on the right-hand side, loads and loads of space, runs into the penalty area. Obed Afari makes a save and runs it off for a corner. What an absolute clown. We are going to see the corner as well. It is Fiolic, the first goal scorer, whips the cross. Keenan Davis is there. Ben Sheath is there as well. I think Obed Afari made a cracking save. At least it looked exciting. I don't know if he needed to do it. We are going to hopefully get there first. We do. Jack Earing at 2 at Richard Elise. Are we now going to end the highlight, or is it going to carry on? Ball forward towards Kean Pennant. Doesn't manage to get there. McGuinness with a dangerous slide tackle for a man on a yellow card. Gallardo's one-on-one with the keeper, and Gallardo hits it wide. Right, let's do some changes. Brad Young is going to come on the right-hand side for Adam Brown because he's been appalling. Jack Spong has been appalling, so Pete Barton's going to come on. Don Everett's been appalling, so Jaden Williams is going to come on. There's a theme. Free kick for us. It's McGuinness to take it in the centre circle. We've got... What is that, 20-odd minutes, 23 minutes left to play. Brad Young has the ball, plays it on the ground to Pete Barton, and Barton's effort goes wide off the post. Still 2-0 to Coventry, but at least we've had a highlight go our way. And now Coventry are going to have one go their way. Corner comes in, it's a header clear from McGuinness. We're going to get there first as well through Kean Pennant. Where's he going? Richard Elise, taking a long time on the ball, Earing to Pennant again. Across to Nathan Martin. Williams isn't going to get there first, and now Coventry can just take their time with it. Gallardo. Back to Chinedu, across to Paddy McNair. Paddy McNair is playing in League One. I mean, this Coventry side, if I'm perfectly honest, is a good team. There are some very good players in this side. McNair goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Phillips. He's going to take forever because nobody's closing him down, and he does kick it eventually over the halfway line. Wyadu's one-on-one with the keeper, goes out wide, crosses it in. Keenan Davis is there. It's a wonderful block from McGuinness, and it's cleared to find Pennant, but the highlight ends. Coventry have been very, very good, haven't they? 13 shots out of 24 on target. Only the 2 goals. We've got an injury as well to Jaden Williams, which we can't do anything about because we've used all of our subs. It is going to be a 2-0 defeat then against Coventry. We do still stay in second place, but Coventry are now just 1 point behind us. That was not a good performance and not a good result. Oh, and to add insult to injury, quite literally, Jaden Williams is out for 6 to 8 days. That is not good. McGuinness needs a rest. Also, Jack Earing, Jaden Williams and Dominic Ballard are happy that we're now a League One side. That's good, I guess. So, next episode, what we are going to do, we are going to assume that we are in the playoffs. Next episode, we will come back for potentially the final few games of the season, somewhere around here. So, we've got Swindon. I realise you can't see it because my face is in the way. Swindon, we've got Charlton, we've got Crewe, Fleetwood, Burton and MK Dons. We're going to come back at some point around there if we are able to get ourselves automatic promotion, which I feel like might go down to the last game of the season. If we suddenly drop away, we might just go straight into the playoffs. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button as well. If you are new to the channel, I'll be back next time with the final, hopefully, episode of Season 6 with Dover Athletic. If not, we're going into the playoffs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. With just 2 games left to play with our Dover Athletic side, we are currently sat second place in the table. We kind of need to win both matches in today's episode, otherwise we do risk dropping down into the playoffs, which is somewhere where we don't really want to be. We could be a championship side by the end of this episode. Last episode we finished with the 2-0 defeat against Coventry. However, since then we have been on fire, beating Gillingham, beating Oxford, beating Huddersfield, beating Swindon, beating Charlton, drawing with Crewe, we'll ignore that one, and then beating Fleetwood Town 5-2. We have Burton Albion, 7th place Burton Albion, 5th place MK Dons. We need to win realistically both of them. Also, we can get potentially £1.3 million if we sell our 50% sell-on clause for Mark Murray. Now, I don't know whether this is a good idea. He's wanted, but it's on loan by Southend. A £1.6 million will go a long way. It's £1.3 million, but we're doing it anyway because if we do that, then take a look at our finances. We've now got £1.3 million in the bank. We were pretty low when it comes to finances. The starting lineup then for the Burton Albion game will be Obed Afari in goal, Muller, Pambu and Barton in defence. Barton hasn't been very good, but he's starting to get a little bit better, so hopefully we can see something good out of Pete Barton in the left-back position today. Paul Searle and Forster Kasky in the middle, Geordie Hiwula, Kian Pennant, Jaden Williams and Omar Bogle as our strikers. You've probably spotted that we aren't playing Mark McGuinness. He's currently suspended, and so is Richard Elise, which is not ideal, but hopefully I think he's going to be back for the final game of the season. We kind of need him. So the last match we played was a 5-2 victory. So in theory, the team should be quite high and excited about potentially getting themselves promoted. We can, in theory, get promoted after the Burton Albion game. We do need to win and hope Coventry don't win. I think that's kind of the way it needs to work. Smith loses out to Paul Searle. Geordie Hiwula with the ball forward, finds Jaden Williams. Back to Hiwula, wearing our red kit today. Forward ball finds Bogle. Lovely through ball from Williams. Is it going to be 1-0? Oh my word, that's in space. It's not 1-0. Muller's throw on the right-hand side, very far up the field for the right-back. Terrible pass, even though somehow it managed to merge its way through Curtis. And Paul Searle has the ball. Muller on the right-hand side. Down the wing he goes. 2, 3 maybe in the box. Crosses it in. Tries to find Williams. Can't manage it. Searle to Geordie Hiwula. It's taken a deflection of Williams. Williams was offside anyway. Still 0-0. But we are looking pretty good so far. I have just seen that Coventry are playing today. I think they're playing today, which is I guess it's good. Curtis back to Iakoviti, maybe, no idea. Curtis in the penalty area. What a block that is. And now we can take our time. Zach Orr can smash it upfield towards Jaden Williams. That is a spectacular pass. Right-hand side, number 9 crosses in. Jaden Bogle was there, and the leading goal scorer in League One heads it just over the bar. We are 15 minutes in. We've had a few good chances, still haven't managed to find the back of the net. Maybe from this one instead on the left-hand side. Forster-Caskey in the middle to Paul Searle, who I'm trying to extend his loan deal for another season. Not sure if it's going to happen. Jordi Hawula's there, and Jordi Hawula gets his 13th goal of the season. 22 minutes played. We are 1-0 up against Burton Albion, and this is 1 foot in the door of the Championship. We'll be 3 points clear after this match if everything stays this way. Cross comes in. Bayliss is going to collect it on the left-hand side. Crosses it in to the opposite side. It's a header clear from Pete Barton. What were you doing, number 11? Kean Pennant just went for a wander. Jordi Hawula, the goal scorer, gets past the referee. Plays it on towards the left-hand side for the old man Omar Bogle on the left. Is he going to go forward? Goes backwards to Garrick. Not the pass you want your striker to be doing. Smith on the ground, intercepted. Terrible interception though, because he passed it straight to a yellow shirt. Curtis is in on goal. Obed Afari can't do much about it, and the former Portsmouth man makes it 1-1. So Coventry are playing AFC Wimbledon, which is a very difficult game because they're currently top of the table. This could be perfect. If AFC Wimbledon win their match, they will become champions. If they lose, we have a chance of winning the league, and they are actually losing at half-time. It's 1-1 here. Coventry have taken the lead in their match. I mean, this could be good. I don't even know what I said there. I have no idea what I said. So, 2 points. 2 points off of the title, potentially, but Wimbledon do have themselves a game in hand. We realistically need to try and win this one. Kean Pennant is playing absolutely appallingly and has now picked up an injury. Williams as well on a 6.4. He's not doing so hot either. It's Rabuano, back to Fish, now Thornley for Burton Albion. Iacovitti, left-hand side is the goalscorer Ronan Curtis, being forced back to the left-back, Thornley. Rabuano, again, Smith's going to go for a run, but hopefully we get there first, and we do. Paul Searle collects it all the way back to Obed Afari, the young goalkeeper. Zachor and Afari passing between the pair of them. Afari looks so small, doesn't he? Particularly compared to Leon Pambu and Zachor, who are 6'6" and 6'7", I think. And what a terrible pass that was from Forster-Caskey. And oh, no, what a block. What a save that is from Obed Afari. An hour on the clock. Burton Albion are looking like they're coming back into this game. And by coming back, they are looking like the more likely team to score a goal. Corner from the left-hand side. Garrick is there, heads over the bar. And we are now going to do this change, which is going to be Kean Pennant coming off for Brad Young. Or do we do Tim Hayes and we just do this? Put Pete Barton on the left wing, which is a position he can play. Jaden Williams as well is coming off for Don Everett. And that's that's 2 throws of the dice. We've got 1 more to potentially do. And looking at it, it's probably Jaden Bogle. Omar Bogle, sorry. Who's Jaden Bogle? It's a mixture of our 2 strikers. Forster-Caskey's not going to get there, and Burton Albion again can come forward. Searle's got it though for us. Hayden Muller on the right-hand side. 3 yellow cards in our team. Jordi Hawula, the goal scorer, collects it, plays it in the middle. It's towards Don Everett, and Don Everett, the substitute, has made it 2-1. He's been on the pitch for literally seconds. That might have even been his first touch of the game. It is 2-1 against Burton Albion, and that goal potentially is enough to move us to the top of the table. We're way behind on goal difference, but we are joint on points with 1 game left to play for us, 2 games left for AFC Wimbledon. Zachor has the ball all the way back to Afari. I'm concerned because we are passing poorly, aren't we? He's offside. Afari's going to get that anyway. I mean, what's going on with this highlight? Afari to Pambu. He's just gone for a big kick upfield straight to a yellow shirt. What are we doing? What are we doing at the moment? Over the top. Afari's come out, held onto that one. There's a goal. There's a goal happening. 64th minute. He's gone long towards Don Everett. Doesn't manage to get the ball, and it's all the way back to McGill. This is the weirdest highlight. There's been no shots so far. It's just goalkeeper and goalkeeper just getting the ball. Curtis, ball over the top. Olofinjana's there. Obed Afari with a wonderful block once again. Concedes the corner but does prevent the goal. It's going to be another chance. So Burton Albion on the right-hand side. Number 7, Mahoney's going to take this. Right-footed towards the middle. Big Zachor heads that clear. Curtis is going to collect it, but the highlight's going to end. Final 20 minutes. And I'm looking at doing 1 final substitution. I'm thinking I might be doing a defensive one, which will be Bogle coming off for possibly a centre-back. Marsh plays it off towards the right-hand side, can't manage to get there, and now Pete Barton, the winger, can go forward towards Omar Bogle, and it's not very good, is it? McGill's just picked that ball up. So another highlight then, which is going to involve the goalkeepers just kicking it long over the halfway line a few times. Rabuano, loads and loads of space. Olofinjana plays the ball through to Marsh, and Marsh blasts it in the back of the net. It's 2-2. It's not 2-2. He was offside, apparently. I mean, that had to have been close. That looked very close. He was offside. We're good. Right, let's do this final change, and it will be Bogle coming off, and we are bringing on a centre-back. Because, yeah, we kind of need to shut up shop. We're going to do Lewis Payne. Do we do as a... I mean, what's your best position? Ball player? Ball player on cover. Sure, I don't really know what that does, but that's what we're going to go for. It's a 5-2-3 now, apparently. I have just seen 3 of our 5 centre-backs, or 5 defenders, have yellow cards to their name. I'm thinking there might be a red card coming at some point. Tim Hayes to Paul Searle outside the area. Go for a goal, buddy. Go for a long ranger. Hits it just over the bar. That could have been a good goal, and it would have certainly sealed the points for us. It looks like AFC Wimbledon have equalised against Coventry. It's 2-2, apparently. It's 2-2 in that match. And I guess that, in a way, that's kind of good as well, isn't it? This should secure us promotion, I think. Ayakoviti to Smith, ball over the top towards Olifanjana, and oh my word, we're not paying attention, and Obed Afari can see that one go wide of his post. We've got 5 minutes of injury time to play. We just want the time to disappear. Ideally, Coventry to score a winner as well, although a 2-2 draw there isn't bad. We have picked up the 3 points. I'm not sure whether this mathematically means we are promoted or not. Nobody seems to be celebrating. We're promoted. I mean, that's such a subdued way to get promoted. I'm going to thrash arms. I mean, no, outstretched hands in pockets. What we do? I want to, yeah, outstretched arms. Praise. Congratulations, everybody. We've done it. We are somehow a championship side with Dover Athletic. How? How have we done this? So there's confirmation then. We are at least finishing second place. AFC Wimbledon will be playing Plymouth in a moment, who are fighting for a playoff spot. So that is going to be interesting to see what happens there. If we get back to, basically, if AFC Wimbledon win that, we'll be back in just a second to say, hey, look, we haven't won the league. If not, the final game of the season against MK Dons, arguably, they'd want to throw that, wouldn't they? To let AFC Wimbledon not win the league. And Burton Albion will be playing AFC Wimbledon. Let's go forward then. Final game of the season, and maybe we're going to be champions. Well, we are back for the final game of the season, and we do have a small chance of actually winning League One. Coventry, it wasn't Coventry, AFC Wimbledon, whoever they were playing, Plymouth? I think it was Plymouth. They drew 1-1. So, they are currently 2 points clear at the top of the table with a considerable goal difference, so the only way we can technically win the league is if we win our game and they lose their game. That's the only way it is possibly going to happen. A draw at their place basically isn't going to make too much difference unless we win about 10-0 here. The starting lineup then will be fairly similar to the last match. Afari keeps his place in goal. Muller or McGuinness and Tim Hayes in defence. McGuinness returns from his suspension. Pete Barton has moved up to be the left winger, which is why Hayes is in. Searle and Nathan Martin will be the central midfielders. Hewula, Barton, Williams and Bogle as our strikers. If we just win this game, then we've done our job, and we have to hope that Burton Albion can do us a favour elsewhere, and then maybe we are crowned champions. I don't know whether, because we're in League One, they would have the trophy just waiting in a helicopter. I guess from Wimbledon to Dover isn't too far. They probably have it in the back of a transit. I'm going to keep a close eye on the right-hand side there, right at the very top, AFC Wimbledon versus Burton Albion. If Burton take the lead, it gets very, very interesting. Currently here, nothing is happening whatsoever. Until now, 24 minutes on the clock, and MK Dons have the ball for us. It's Aziz, forward to Cole. Right-hand side is Leverington. He's gone backwards to Miguel Aziz, the former Arsenal man, or maybe current Arsenal man, and just on loan. Dabo, back to Aziz, again, crosses it in. It's gone over everybody. It's a penalty? What? I don't know. I don't know what's just happened there. It's Martin stepping up against Obed Afari. He goes towards the left-hand side and blasts it straight past the goalkeeper, who didn't even bother to move. Oh, and bloody marvellous. Burton Albion are winning. I mean, of all the things to happen, we are losing in a match where we could win the league, and Burton Albion are winning their game as well. The stars are aligning, just not quite right for us at the moment. We can turn this around. It is certainly possible. Bogle has the ball backwards to Nathan Martin. Now Tim Hayes. Martin again backwards to McGuinness. We're going the wrong way, guys. Long ball forward. Straight to a red shirt. And now ABBA to Aziz. Ball over the top, left-hand side on the ground towards Cole. He goes for goal, puts it just wide of the post. Still 1-0 to MK Dons, still 1-0 to Burton Albion. We need to score a goal or two. We need to score 2 goals. At half-time, it is 1-0, and annoyingly, I've just seen that AFC Wimbledon have taken the lead. Thrash arms, what was that? Get your acts together, guys. You've been rubbish, but it doesn't really matter right now because AFC Wimbledon are drawing their game, which means they will be crowned champions regardless. First highlight of the second half, and it is starting in a strange position. Paul Searle has just passed it straight to Aziz. Not really sure what he's doing there. Baptiste across to Aziz once again. In the middle, McGuinness has gone for a slide tackle. He's ballsed it up, and Devante Cole makes it 2-0, and it's game over. It's season over, but hey, we're promoted to the championship, and I didn't think that would ever happen. Straight after the goal, we've got another highlight. So what's going on? Zach Orr's going for a run. 2 centre-backs are booked again, I've just seen. Jordi Hiwula to Muller. Long ball over the top towards Williams. He's not going to get there. And Lotutala has picked the ball up for MK Dons. We've got 30 minutes to score 3 goals. I don't think it's going to happen. Martin, back to McGuinness. Their striker is sat behind our defence. Barton plays it through to Jaden Williams. He's going to get there first. Takes a couple of touches, goes too wide. And Jordi Hiwula tries to dink it over the goalkeeper. Optimistic, Jordi. I know you scored in the last match, but that was never really going in, was it? It's a throw for Muller to Hiwula. Back to Muller. Cross it in. He does so. McGuinness is there. And Mark McGuinness gets his first goal for Dover Athletic. And it's 2-1. And annoyingly, it's 2-1 for AFC Wimbledon as well. So it doesn't matter, does it? They're on 98 points. We've got a corner. It's Martin to take it for us. Left-footed. It's Zach Orr, and it goes just over the bar. We've got 20 minutes or so of normal time to play. We are going to do some changes. Hiwula and Barton are on 6.1s. That is horrendous. I also don't have any wing-backs. 3 changes then with 15 minutes left. Barton, Williams and Hiwula coming off. Everett, Pennant and Lewis Payne coming on. Lewis Payne's going to play as a left-back, although I think Mark McGuinness... Nope, I thought he was left-footed. He can weirdly play slightly as a left-back. No, we won't do that. Yeah, we kind of just need to score a goal now. I just want to not lose the game. Pennant's cross comes in, Zach Orr is there, and big Zach Orr makes it 2-2 straight after the substitutions, and one of the subs also takes the corner and gets the assist. Come on, Burton. Come on, Burton Albion. You've got 10 minutes to score twice. Can you do it? I mean, we also still need to score a goal. I don't think it's going to happen. Baptiste with a free kick to ABBA. Final 6 minutes of normal time. Don Everett's going to chase it down but not get there. Aziz loses out to Everett, and now Paul Searle. Ball forward towards Kim Pennant. Can't get it over Sullivan's head. And MK Dons, what a ball that is to find Bailey on the left-hand side, and he controls it well, but it's a terrible pass back to Helje. Maybe. Could be his name. Might not even matter. Martin. Long ball towards Bogles. Not managed to get there. Zach Orr's headed it back to Obed Afari. Final 5 minutes. McGuinness to Orr. Forward to Nathan Martin outside the centre circle. Terrible pass. Again, our passing has been absolutely appalling in this match. Left-hand side for MK Dons. Final 5 minutes. Devante Cole's there, and he's missed a sitter. Pennant's corner for us. McGuinness is there. McGuinness gets it just over the bar. Final few minutes of the game then. We just need to see this out. Let's pick up a point. AFC Wimbledon are 3-1 up against Burton Albion, and Stuart Bloody Humphrey has scored the goal there. It is 2-2. We have finished our season. We have finished in 2nd place. We are going to the championship. End of season review time then. We are obviously 2nd place in the table. What have they got to say? Signing of the season, Mark McGuinness. I have to agree, to be honest. He's been pretty spot on for most of the season. 40 appearances, just 1 goal and 1 assist to his name. An average rating of a 7.5. Arguably one of the reasons why we have gone up this season alongside Hayden Muller. Although they say centre-back, he was pretty much a right-back. Omar Bogle scoring 23 goals in 37 appearances at the age of 33. That's pretty insane. Joey Dawson, who, I think he's leaving. Yeah, Joey Dawson's leaving. He's off on his way to Kilmarnock. Also up there on the old signings list. Don Everett ended up only scoring 3 goals, but it's pretty important 3 goals in my opinion. Matthew Cox, our goalkeeper, who then got kind of usurped for Obed Afari. Jordi Hiwula, who scored 13 goals. Actually, a lot more goals than I thought he ever would score. And then a whole bunch of other players who didn't really break in too much into the first team. We do have Nathan Martin, Brad Young and Pete Barton, who kind of did play quite a lot of games, but most of them weren't on camera, as far as I can remember. And then, a few other players who literally didn't play much at all. Frankie Terry, 4 games. And this is just quite a nice little view, isn't it? 2nd place in the league, promoted to the championship. What did we do in the FA Cup? I can't remember. We lost to Huddersfield, didn't we, after a replay. Carabao Cup, we lost against Cardiff. The Papa John's Trophy, we lost against Coventry in the knockout round. Despite the fact that we lost one of our group stage games, we still managed to get through to the knockout round. So, we didn't do too well in the Cups, but we did very well in the league. How we lined up for the season, for the most part then, so it is saying Obed Afari was our number 1 goalkeeper. Muller, McGuinness, Pambu and Kokolo. Weirdly, Will Kokolo's there, even though he's now moved to Reading in the Championship, playing 7 games for them as well. Yeah, I don't think that should be Kokolo. Then again, we didn't really have a settled left back. Searle and Forster Kaski Hiwula, Brad Young, Omar Bogle and Jaden Williams as our strikers. Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with this. I mean, Brad Young, Kokolo, we don't really have a settled left wing. A whole bunch of awards as well. Mark McGuinness, Zach Orr, Mark McGuinness, Jack Earon getting goal of the season, Bogle top goal scorer as we know. Forster Kaski 14 assists at 33 years of age as well. McGuinness 7.5 average rating, and Paul Searle wins the most illustrious award there that you could possibly ever imagine. Now, I want to know how much money we are getting for sort of transfers and everything like that for next season. We picked up £10,000 for finishing second. Was that it? We also managed to get 6,361 fans through the door for the final game of the season. Are we going to see what our budget is for next season? What do they want us to do? Fight bravely. We all try. Oh, now we need to say to the team, what are we going to do? We're good enough to avoid it? No, you've done superbly. What do we even say here? What do we even say? I think we're going with this one. With the right additions, we can avoid the drop. They are... Yep, I insist. I've not done well here, have I? This is a bit of interesting news. The local council has blocked our planning permission to expand the stadium again. I feel like we can't play in our stadium anymore. It's, as far as I'm aware, I don't even think it's all-seater. It's got 1,000 seats in the Championship. We surely can't use that stadium in the Championship. What are the rules? What are the rules for stadiums? So, MISC rules right at the bottom here then. Stadium capacity needs to be 5,000, which we are, but we need 2,000 seats, which we do not have. Terracing is permitted. We've only got 1,000 seats. Realistically, what we were probably likely to do is probably add 1,000 seats somewhere. Well, it's now mid-May, and I haven't seen any news information about our budget or anything, but I have noticed that we do have £2.7 million for our transfer budget. What is stupid is we physically can't offer people any more money than what we're currently paying because we will break financial fair play rules. We are that kind of screwed at the moment. I think, can we see on here? There is a way of, basically it's a salary commitment or something. It's confusing and strange. I tried to sign a new goalkeeper on £5,000 a week and I could not sign him because he would have broken our wage structure, which means next season is going to be an absolute nightmare. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying these videos. And I'll be back with Season 7 with Dover Athletic in the Championship. And it's going to be a difficult one. But then again, I said that about the last couple of seasons. And we've got promoted both times. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.